How we doing? We are back, trying out something slightly different. This is something that Luke's found. A few people seem to be using. Never used it before, so bear with us. This is a learning process for us. Hopefully, it goes all right. Hopefully, it works. But yeah, we're here to talk about the City game that's just finished. What do you think, mate?
Well, if the game finished after the first 15 minutes, I would have been happy. And at half time, I have to say, I was reasonably happy. At 1-0 down, we was in the game still, weren't we, at 1-0? But I don't know, it just all went to pieces, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the first half was good. The first half hour was brilliant. First sort of 25 minutes before they scored, I thought we were playing really, really well. We were pressing really well, good energy, passing the ball about nicely. I think after they scored, after the game, I had to come off the forums because people were just getting mad about, oh my God, this is embarrassment. It's the end of the world. It's not. We're playing against probably the best team in the world at the minute. But I think the first half hour, even though we were playing well, you did have that feeling that it's just a matter of time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hi, Mitchell, in the chat. Thanks for joining our live stream. Yeah, Haller for me, in that first sort of 20 minutes, I actually texted you at the time, didn't I? I said he looks really, cool customer on the ball. He was laying the ball off nice. Like you say, mate, it's Man City, and listen, any team that can take the mick in their own 18-yard box, they're doing triangles in their own 18-yard box. Their goalkeeper and defence are that good on the ball. They could probably play most teams' bloody midfield in the Premier League. They're back four and goalkeeper.
Yeah. No, I agree, mate. Yeah, so, I mean, the game's done. It's 5-0. Our season starts next week. But
it was always a lot of West Ham fan channels have said it. It was a free swing and a bat today.
Yeah, it was good. For me, it was great to have football back on. Great to have West Ham back on properly. Great to have the Premier League back on. Good to see the new players. Like you say, mate, Haller, fantastic. Looks really, really promising. Lovely touches. Really sort of good positioning. I think he's going to have a big, big impact this season. Fornals, when he came on, had some nice play, nice passing. I think the biggest issue, and this wasn't addressed during the window, and I don't know why, is left back. Cresswell, for me, I thought he was poor. I just don't think his passing was poor. He gave the ball away a lot. And defensively, he's not good enough for me. He's not good enough.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely targeted today, weren't he, down that side? And that's obviously that leads on to the first goal, mate. That's where it came from. Was it Kyle Walker, I think, that burst down the right-hand side, our left? And all over. I thought it was an own goal initially. I thought Diop had put it into his own net, but
it looked it. Yeah, it was like Walker is rapid, but I don't know. Cresswell just lost him completely. Completely lost him. Diop maybe should have done better stopping the ball coming across. But 1-0, it was what it was.
Yeah.
But apart from that, like I say, up until that point, apart from that, I think we were playing really well. I think
we did sort of have half chance. I think it was our only shot on target the first half. Was it Haller when he sort of scooped it back like that? Didn't he, like, sort of lifted his foot back onto the straight at the goalkeeper? But
excuse me, sorry.
Oh, the wonders of live TV.
Yeah, like you say, mate, that was our really only chance of the half. Even when he hit it, it never looked like it was going to go, and it was just a sort of an attempt, I suppose you call it an attempt. But I was pleased with him. I think the midfield looked really good, actually. The Lanzini, Wilshere, Rice, I thought looked really good. And then you had Antonio on the left and Anderson on the right. I think Anderson had a quiet game, to be honest.
Yeah, like you said, we'll go through the other goals in a minute, but I think from that 15, 20 minutes, I took quite a bit out of it in terms of, against the Brighton next week, hopefully, and the Villas that are coming up and a Norwich, even though Norwich looked really good against Liverpool last night. Like, we should have to create a lot of problems. There ain't a lot of teams that can hold the ball like City do and pass the ball with a confidence and swagger. No, there's not a lot of teams like that out there that can do that. What do you make of this, though? Mitchell in the chat has said we looked miles behind the fitness. What sort of, do you have do you take on that?
I mean, again, we're playing against a team that can keep the ball and knock it about better than anyone else in the league. You know, that press, the first half, we were pressing so hard. We were working so hard. I'm not surprised they got tired. Do you know what I mean? That's not going to happen every week. It's not going to happen every week.
Very, you know, as a player, it must be very demoralising to be chasing the ball for bloody 70 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, that again, that's not going to happen every week. And for me, it's about the next game now. It's about how they do in that next game. I think for the last few years, fitness has been an issue for us. I mean, we still had Anderson and Wilshere go off injured. So it's still a concern. But I think the next game is going to be the real test of our fitness and where we are, rather than, you know, chasing the ball around for, like, say, for sort of 70 odd minutes. Of course, they're going to be knackered.
Second goal, was that Jesus? Was it Jesus for the second goal? I think. My brain, there were so many goals, it escapes me now. I just know that Sterling got a hat trick.
Yeah, you had so there was, because you had all the VAR, didn't you? They scored quick, and I was on the phone when the second goal went in, so I didn't see it play out. I only saw the replay. Was it Jesus? I honestly can't remember now. Like I said, I didn't see the goal live. What was it? It was just a ball through, wasn't it? I can't even remember now.
Yeah, it was quite a nice goal. Yeah. Obviously, VAR was used twice in the game without going through the goals, you know. Sterling's goal was ruled offside for shoulder offside.
That's crazy. I mean, the thing is, you look at it and you think, this is where it's weird. So yeah, obviously that was correct. He was offside. And even though that was against us, I was looking at that thinking, oh, really?
If that was against us, if that was for us, you'd be fuming.
I mean, yeah, absolutely you would. If we had a goal scored and ruled out offside because the end of his shoulder was off, but then it was ruled out, obviously. The fans celebrated like we'd scored. VAR, 3 times? We had three big decisions. So it was that first goal, Sterling's second goal. No, it would have been his second goal, and he lobbed the keeper.
Yeah. That was a lovely goal that was as well.
Yeah, so that was his second one. So he lobbed the keeper. That was onside. I actually thought that looked more offside than the first one. That was given offside. It's weird. And to be honest, just seeing that, it does show how difficult the likes of Linos and referees.
Great goal, though. Great goal. He's a great really player. He's one of my favourite players. I know that it's hard to say, obviously, where we've just played City and he's spanked 3 against, but he is one of my favourite players. Fantastic player.
What do you make of the penalty being retaken?
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because I don't know, it takes a moment away from Fabianski to save, doesn't it? And then
it's weird. Yeah, so
that is the rule. There's some funny rules this year as well.
Well, apparently it was retaken because of encroachment, right? So apparently Declan Rice went into the box before the ball was kicked, so it had to be retaken. But during the retake, players went in the box before the ball was kicked. Why weren't it retaken again?
Wasn't Rice the one who got the clearance, though? So from the Fabianski save, was it Rice that followed in, clear it away?
Could have been because of that. But I don't know. Yeah. That's not the rule, though, is it? The rule is if you're.
Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat if you did see that.
Yeah, because I thought the rule was just encroachment. So if you go into the box before the ball's kicked, then it has to be retaken. Then it was the second time, but it wasn't retaken because they scored. That's a bit iffy.
Obviously, we did have sort of a chance. I think was it a 2-0 or 3-0 when Chicharito sort of came off his knee, forced a save, and then Lanzini had a header. That's probably our best chance of the game. Diop had one as well.
Over
the bar. Listen, our season's not judged on this game, is it? I do sort of agree a little bit with some of the. There's a comment here. Sorry, let me just dig out that comment. From Apache said that we just downed tools in the second half. Really missed Noble. He's key in the big games. What do you think on that? Would he have made much of a difference, Mark Noble, in that midfield today?
No, I don't think so. And I'm a big Mark Noble fan. I'm not one of these people that slags Mark off, but I don't think he would have made a difference today. They are that good. You know, Wilshere had a good game. Rice had a good game. I thought Lanzini was really good at sort of playing in that 10 role as far as pressing and closing down. Probably, I mean, yeah, we probably did. Let's be realistic. Again, you're playing against probably the best team in the world. You go 3-0 down, you know, your heads are going to drop. You are going to drop, and I don't know. Again, the next game is going to be just a chance for us to see where we really are.
Someone, I think it was Rio, who said it before the game. They won 30 games last year. Do you know what I mean? And that was today their 15th win in a row in the Premier League. They are not. You know what I mean? We are not the only team that's going to get spanked 4-5-0. We are not the only team that's going to lose to Man City. When, you know, a team like Everton, for example, could go on a 5-6 game run, they'll play City. That run will come to an end. That they will stop a lot of teams anywhere getting a run to go out. And it's just a shame that it's constantly the first game of the season. Just not a nice way to start the time, is it?
It's not, but at least it's out of the way. Do you know what I mean? At least it's done. That's it. It's out of the way. Like you said earlier, we've got a nice run of games now. We've got a good chance to pick up some points and to get some momentum going and to see where we really are. Did you hear anything about why the likes of Yarmolenko and Masuaku weren't in the squad?
No, I didn't see that. X didn't put nothing out on his Twitter either. Hopefully Yarmolenko's nothing, you know, cautionary, just keeping the lesser teams. Just in the chat there, it does say, yeah, it's because Rice cleared the ball. Someone says, with the retake and penalty, the rule is very complicated. If a player from both sides encroach, the penalty is taken. If attackers encroach, it goes in, penalty is retaken. Otherwise, it is indirect. If a defender encroaches and the goal goes in, it stands. If it misses, the penalty is retaken. Very, very complicated rule. But thank you for that.
I guess then for the retake, it always kind of favours it kind of plays the advantage, I suppose. I kind of get it, but yeah, that is complicated. It's going to be fun seeing the penalties play out this year.
Definitely. Anything else, mate, that you can take from the game? Any sort of positive or any clear negatives for you? I think Masuaku has to start the next game.
If he's fit, hopefully he's fit. I don't want to sound like I'm just picking on Cresswell here. I don't think Cresswell had a good game. I don't think he's had a good game for a long time for us. I don't like seeing him wearing that armband either. I don't know why he's got it. I personally, tell me if I'm wrong in the chat, I see nothing from Cresswell.
No, he should. No, for me, don't know, you guys in the chat, let us know. But for me, he should have gone on Balbuena's arm or someone like that. You know what I mean?
Balbuena, leadership. Fabianski could have taken it. I would put it on Rice before I put it on Cresswell. I know he's young, but I just don't see anything in Cresswell as a captain. I just don't see it. I don't know. Like I say, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe.
What about our other fullback, Ryan Fredericks? I'm a big fan of Fredericks. I quite like Fredericks, and again, it's a tough game to judge any fullback. But I think Fredericks will cause a lot of teams trouble.
Yeah, I think he had a good game. I think he played quite well defensively, to be honest.
Doggy, he likes to tackle. He's a bit nasty as well. I like that.
Yeah, I think he played quite well. I think he needs to. I think his final delivery, because if we are going to play these attacking fullbacks, when he gets to the other end of the pitch, I think his delivery needs to be a little bit better. But that'll come. But yeah, I think he had a good game. I have to say, and again, I'm a huge fan of Diop. Couple of shaky moments from him today. Yeah.
Flappy today. Yeah, I agree. Again, we're playing Man City. It just keeps going back to that point. I know I keep repeating myself, guys.
Yeah.
But it is. Listen, they are Real Madrid, the Man City of our league. Real Madrid, Barcelona of our league. They are different levels. You know, they're like Harlem Globetrotters of football. Do you know what I mean? The way they can pass and move. So 5-0 loss, bottom of the league. Let's look at next week very, very quickly. Obviously, I know we're back, and don't feel like we're going to disappear because I'm in Turkey from tomorrow. So we won't. I'll do some reviews and previews, but I very much doubt we'll be able to do a podcast until I'm back in 10 days' time. So, but don't think we're disappearing. It ain't with this new live format. It's actually a lot
already.
easier.
Here we go.
yeah, I'm retiring. But yeah, looking at next week very quickly, because this is a chance to actually talk to you, mate. It is Brighton. It is away. A team that I expect to be, around that bottom 6, even bottom 3 potentially. It's a must-win game next week. Even this early, so it must win. But it is. We've got to sort of set a run together now. Get some consistency if we really want to be top 7, top 8 team.
Yeah, I agree, mate. 100%. It's a game that we should be winning, and this, like I say, this is the game that's going to sort of set our season. Do you know what I mean? If we have a good performance, we win, put a good little run together, that's going to say a lot more about the way our season is going to go than losing 5-0 to Man City.
Listen, if we lose on aggregate, Liverpool and Man City 20-0 over 4 matches, that is not going to define our season where we finish. That is not the definition of where we'll finish. Obviously, with Brighton though, we do have a man who likes scoring against us, Mr. Glenn Murray. Probably an absolute banker to score against us next week, even if we are to win. He's definitely one to in your bets if you're looking for a nice bet today. So I won't do no predictions on it yet, but what are your hopes for the season though, mate? Obviously, we've not talked for a long time in terms of this sort of format. Obviously, we talk all the time on the phone, but this sort of format with people that can chat to us.
My hopes for the season, genuinely, I really feel like with the team that we've got, we need to be pushing them top 6 positions. I think, and I've been saying this for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I do think that City and Liverpool, they're playing in their own league at the minute, which is ridiculous. We're turning into the Scottish Premier. But they're playing in their own league.
Then you've got your Tottenhams, your Chelseas.
Yeah. See, even so, I would say Tottenham are probably going to be third. Arsenal, you never know. I think they made some decent signings, so they 3-4 Tottenham, Arsenal. I really think Chelsea and Man United are going to struggle this year. Fat Frank at Chelsea, disaster waiting to happen. No Hazard.
I don't know,
mate. There'll be. Even when he was at Derby, he didn't do anything special. So I don't see it. It's a too big a job for him.
Yeah.
Like I say, they've not got Hazard anymore. I think Chelsea are going to be poor. I think Man United are going to be poor. I really think for those two are going to drop. And then you've got that group just below. You've got your Everton,
the Wolves, Everton.
Wolves. We need to be part of that group pushing into that top 6.
Like I say, if we don't finish 6th, 7th, I used to say it all the time on the channel, it's unable to challenge, consistently going down to the last 2-3 games of the season. If we can still finish 7th or 6th in them last 3 games, I've considered we've had a great season. If 7th is out of reach by March, that's when you start thinking we're not really done good enough.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't think we've got any danger at all of being near the bottom this year. The absolute bare minimum. Barring injuries, but I mean the absolute bare minimum I would accept personally this season is top 10. I wouldn't accept a bottom half finish this year.
I think eighth is a sort of minimum to show progression this year. You're looking to say, okay, we've progressed.
Yeah, it'd be good to know what everyone else. So when this goes up on YouTube, it'd be good to know what everyone's predictions are. Where do you think we'll finish this year? Where do you want us to finish this year? What would you consider progress? What would you consider a good season? What would you consider a bad season? Let us know in the comments as well.
We'll go another few minutes. Just seeing there, we've run for about 15. We'll go another couple of minutes. So on the VAR, mate, just to finish off on VAR, do you like it still? I do. I really do like it, and I think it will swing in roundabouts as it did in the game. In the game, 1 went for us, 2 went for us, 1 didn't.
Yeah, I do. I do think, and someone else pointed out actually on the forums again. So last year, the Sterling goal that was ruled out would have counted, but the penalty wouldn't have been retaken. So You know, that does kind of even itself out there, I suppose. I am for it. I think I'm pretty sure that they've already said the only things it's going to be used for is offsides, red cards, also offside goals, red cards, and penalties. And I think that's good. I think that's fine. I don't think it's going to be take over the game too much. And if it means that we get more correct decisions, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I just hope it's used properly, and I hope it's used fairly for everybody. Do you know what I mean? It'd be interesting to see over the season some decisions, because it's still kind of things like offside. That's not down to interpretation. It's either offside or it's not. I think when we start seeing decisions for things like red cards, that's where it's going to be interesting to sort of see what way it goes. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that brings an end to today's show, mate. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about very quickly.
No, it's 2:59, mate. I want to get back and watch the 3 p.m.
I'll tell you one more thing very quickly, mate. I see it sort of going around, Twitter and stuff like that. Just to finish off, what would you give a rating out of 10 for our transfer window?
It's difficult, mate. Difficult. I think we got rid of a lot of deadwood. Haller, fantastic signing. Fornals, fantastic signing. This Cardoso, I think, could be a really good signing as well. Ajeti, I have to say, I've never heard of him before we bought him, so I don't really know what he's like.
I can't argue with the goal stats.
Yeah, his stats look good. So in that sense, I'd say fantastic. If I was judging it purely on that, players gone and those players bought in, 2 reserve keepers no one really cares about, I would probably give it an 8. But we didn't address, for me, that left back spot.
CDM as well.
And potentially a CDM. So that knocks it down. I would knock that down to maybe a 6.5. I think if we'd have got those positions sorted, 8, 9. But I think without that, to me, it's probably a 6.5, maybe a 7. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I would say like a 7.5. Yeah, and again, it's if we would have got that guy, I can pronounce that. I'm going to say White Kante because that was the name that was going around on Twitter. If we would have got him, I think that would have took it up to about a 9 because he really looked quality. I know anyone fullback looked quality on the. Hello, Cat. There's the bad black cat walking.
She wants to be part of the show as well, mate. I'm going to put her in a West Ham shirt next week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks, guys. Listen, all the comments on the videos about the apology I made, and obviously did say that me and Paul are going to try hard as we can. As long as Paul's not working on a Saturday or when the games are, we'll try and do these live ones straight away after the game because it's good to get that instant, that instant reaction. That's when it's raw. That's when you're feeling the emotion of the game. Yeah. Until then, guys, keep believing. Keep subscribing. Let us know what you think of this new format and did it run well? Was there any stoppages? Just let us know in the comments whether it runs well. Obviously, we can't see how it's running at the time. Until then, come on, your minds. Keep believing. Let's go.
Cheers.